Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy, the Pacific Demon, Caliban Drucker. And today I kind of want to talk about my top 10 most anticipated I indies arcade game coming to the Xbox One. And when I mean anticipated, I mean anticipated. There's a lot of games I've actually been looking forward to. And again, a lot of people really don't care about indie games. A lot of people put them down. But come on, guys. If you actually honestly think about it, indie games are our future. I mean, it's getting harder and harder to make AAA games. It's costing more expensive. Look at all the AAA games coming out now. A lot of them just don't work properly. Indie games are basically us starting over, giving indie gamer developers the chance to express themselves and expand their wings. And as we help them and give them money, they can expand even more. And these guys will be the guys making our next AAA games on the next console. So do me a favor, stop putting these guys down. Go out and buy the games and have fun. Become a true gamer. With that being said, my number 10 for most wanted, can't wait for on the Xbox One, Inside. Now this game looks pretty fantastic. It kind of reminds me of Outworld. I think that's what it was. It's definitely a side-scrolling puzzle game, but the puzzle is unique. It's not like a regular puzzler or puzzle game. It's about survival, and it's about the mystery of, we kind of know the mystery that something happened to his parents, and he's trying to find out. But the way that the whole story of this game is made is unreal for an indies game. Okay, number 9, Below. Now, if you have never heard of this game, it's basically a game where you're stuck on an island, and again, you have to try and survive. Now, the key thing is it's kind of like an RPG. It's a more of a top view action though, but it's very complicated and actually pretty nice. The weird thing about this game is the developers wanted it for Xbox. Unfortunately, at the time, Xbox didn't really want them. So they went to PS4. Now, I'm not sure what happened, but at E3, they announced it for PS4 exclusive. All of a sudden, Sony and PS4 doesn't have it. They don't want it. They come back to Xbox One. Strange story, weird, but definitely worth checking out. It's gonna play with your head. Trust me. Number 8. Oh, the 8th game that I'm actually waiting for is World of Tanks. Free to play. The 360's on it. PC has it. Basically, it's an MMO but you're a tank. Build up your tank. You can actually buy more tanks. I haven't played it yet, but it looks really fun. When it does come out, I want to have my friend Mike play with me and just blow up everybody. All right, number 7. My 7th most anticipated game actually just got announced today. Well, at GDC 2015, Wasteland 2. You know, Wasteland 1 is on the PC. Wasteland 2 just came out on the PC. You know, it's basically Fallout, but it's a real-time strategy game. Very weird. When I first seen it on PC, I was kind of disappointed because I do have a PC, but it's a real-time strategy. I kind of wanted it on the console, and surprise, surprise, it comes out to console. So yeah, I'm having a ball with this game. All right, guys, let's see. It should be on number 6, I believe. My number 6 game that I'm kind of anticipated and been wanting, Smite. Again, another PC game, free to play, over 60 something characters to choose from. They're all well-known gods. You basically have the power of the gods, and your whole thing is to kill other gods. What's not to like about this game? I don't know, I just want to play. Just playing as a god and destroying other gods. And hopefully, having followers worship you. I can't see what's not to like about the game. Alright, guys. Number 5. Plague Inc. Evolved. Again, you play God. Well, sort of. The whole point of this game, if you haven't played the phone version, it's an evolved version of that. It's basically you manipulate and have to build a virus, and the whole point is to kill humanity, the human race. It's hard to say, but it's pretty awesome watching, like, North America all of a sudden turn completely red. You see just like red dots filling up the screen, flying over to other countries, having them start getting a virus, and you see little things, messages saying this person transferred it to this person, and you pretty much have to evolve the virus as you play it, sometimes adding stuff, sometimes subtracting stuff to make it more dangerous. It's fun. If you have a couple minutes, it's just fun. It's trying to kill the world. Alright. Number 4. Comes out this month. Very, very soon. Ori and the Blind Forest. Another platformer. The thing with this game is it is beautiful. It looks basically like a Studio Ghibli movie. I mean, that's enough. Now, everybody talks about graphics. Personally, I keep saying graphics don't matter, but the graphics on this game for an indie title will blow you away. And from what I heard, as you progress, you open up different powers, different abilities, but you don't really need them. Supposedly, you can finish the entire game without any powers or abilities. Of course, it's going to be harder, but I think that's amazing. I mean, the first time you play through, you might want to try and finish it and get as much powers as you can. But the second time, I triple dog dare you to try and do it without any powers, abilities, or whatnot. Just to see if you can. And I'm pretty sure there's an achievement to unlock if you do. But it looks really fun. The story looks very deep. And it basically looks like a dark Studio Ghibli movie. Like you're actually playing a movie. Okay, number 3. Chroma Squad. I'm a nerd, I'm a dork, I'm a geek. I love Power Rangers. I love Super Sentai, the Japanese version. I love anything to do with these characters, Tatsunoko, Kamen Rider, Mask Rider, whatever you want to call them. Chroma Squad. Basically, it's an RPG, a turn-based RPG. The thing is, with this game, it's basically you as a producer trying to create a movie or a TV series. And it's basically you trying to create the Power Rangers TV series. There's Megazords, aliens. You create the costumes, decide what you want to use, like cardboard, fabric. It's crazy. It's definitely worth checking out when it does come out. I mean, I've seen the gameplay, the Japanese gameplay, and I'm pretty hyped. It's not going to be epic, but it's going to be fun, and it's going to be entertaining. And if you love Power Rangers, screw it. It's Power Rangers, just under your control. Alright, number 2. If you like zombie games, my number 2, there is no better. It's made by Undead Labs. It was on the 360. It's called State of Decay. Now, I know everybody's thinking, what makes this game so special? Well, it's a normal zombie game. They give you a pretty good sized map. Your whole point is to survive. You make friends. You build a fortress to hide in. And you go out and get food, because without food, you cannot survive. Without equipment, you cannot survive. And it's a very beautiful setting. It's basically The Walking Dead. But here's what makes it so special. If you haven't seen my other videos, State of Decay does not stop. It's a cloud-based game. So basically, as you're playing your character through, say you get tired, turn off your system. Turn off the game, turn off the system, eat, do whatever you want in the day, sleep, do whatever. As you're doing all of these, your game is still going on. That is what makes it special. That is what makes it a true survival game. No more, you can pause the game, but there is no more stopping the game because even in pause, the game is still going through. So, you turn off the game, you come back maybe 1-2 days later. New people have joined your group. Some of your group has died and left. First time I've played it, I tried to build a little, enclose myself into this house. I had 4 people with me, shut it off, came back a couple days later. The house has been ransacked. 3 people are dead, 1 is a zombie, and I'm tossed right back into it, waking up, going, oh my god, what the hell? It's an intense game. It's a fun game. All these games are fun. But State of Decay is truly one of the greatest zombie games I've ever played. Just because of that fact that it keeps going on even when you don't. It's basically like the real world, What would happen if the real world would, become a zombie apocalypse? You can't turn it off. It's still going on whether you like it or not, no matter what you're doing. And that's what the game tries to portray. Now, number 1, my most anticipated game, comes out March 31st. The MMO called Neverwinter. Now, first off, it's an MMO. Loving it. Secondly, it's Dungeons and Dragons. Neverwinter. I grew up watching the cartoon. Watching Dungeon Master, Venger, Tiamat. I'm just excited to get into this world. And, it's not an open world game. It's actually pretty much like they give you a huge area to play in. Then you choose another area you can go through. It's not really an open world like The Witcher. But, all the areas, and there are a lot, are pretty big. You build up your character to a certain point, then you can split it off into 2 other versions of the characters. There's a lot of races to choose from. There's a lot of character types to choose from. Basically, you can create whoever you want. Now, I played the beta, and there's 2 things that surprised me in the beta. 1, how much fun I had. 2, how much people there was in the beta. I've played MMO on my PC, and you know how PC guys talk about being the master race and everything. But when I played the MMOs on PC, I've usually seen maybe 20 AI characters on the screen, and maybe 5 to 10 players on the screen. The first night of the Neverwinter beta, I was one of 4. And we walked into the village or town square, whatever you want to call it, and I was one of 10. Came back the next day. There's about 100 to 200 computer AIs walking around, and there's about 100 or 200 players walking around, which blew my mind for a beta. But yeah, if you like Dungeons and Dragons, if you like MMOs, it's not the greatest MMO out there, but I guarantee you'll have fun. It comes with 2 DLCs, and one of them actually will have Tiamat. And if you guys have never heard of Tiamat, dude, basically Tiamat is the devil, the god of the dragons. This thing is huge. It has several heads with different powers. It's basically immortal. And yes, you will have to fight him. And he's about the same size as a lot of the bosses as well. So get set, guys. It's going to be a great time for Xbox One indies and arcades. And you know what? PS4 is looking pretty good too. So if you guys own a PS4, now's the time to be the indie players, a true gamer. Stand out from everybody. Thanks for listening. Take care. See you guys soon.